Welcome back to FastFreddyRC, and today we're going to do an unboxing video of the new Tamiya Hornet EVO. I have to tell you that when I saw this announced back in July, I was shocked because I've never seen Tamiya take an older beginner kit and then hop it up and turn it into something like this. And it just stood out, and I knew I wanted to bring this to the channel because obviously the Hornet is an extremely iconic car from Tamiya. I mean, I remember this back in the day, and the idea that 40 years, yes, I say 40 years later, that ages me, that they're taking this iconic kit and turning it into something that has more modern day suspension components, etc., is just so cool. And of course, you know, I took my Hornet and I turned it into a Tyco turbo hopper because that's the first car I ever got before I was introduced to Tamiya. So I had to do that. And so obviously I changed the livery on it. I didn't stick with the box art. Well, with the Hornet EVO, I'm definitely going to stick with the box art. I think for the 40th anniversary, I just have to do it as it's supposed to be. But you might wonder, why is this holiday buggy sitting here? Well, again, not only did Tamiya update the whole car for their 40th anniversary, but it comes with a lot of cool stuff. It comes with the gearbox from a DTO2 chassis, which is what this holiday buggy is running on, which is very cool. So it's coming with four-wheel independent suspension. It's coming with oil-filled shocks. And the biggest thing, it's coming with a full set of ball bearings. How cool is that? There's not too many kits that Tamiya comes out with where the ball bearings are included. And you know, this is again a more of a beginner novice kit, but the idea that it's coming with ball bearings was just fantastic. I mean, they've really made sure that this was going to appeal to a much larger audience. And I think this kit is going to be successful because I think if you liked the Hornet, and of course, you know, this one, yeah, it's definitely fun to drive. It's still like the Grasshopper, bounces around a lot, but the suspension in the back is a little better because you've got more side-to-side motion as opposed to the Grasshopper, which is the solid axle, but it can only go up and down. This is your four-wheel independent suspension. So this car should handle a heck of a lot better than the original Hornet as is. So I'm stoked to be able to bring this to the channel, but I'm stoked to open it up and see what's in the box and show you all what's in the box, because this is just too cool. So I think we'll just get straight to the unboxing. Okay, so I've taken the plastic off just to make it a little easier to get into. This one did come with the Hobbywing speed controller. Depending on where you buy the kits, some of them don't. So if you want one, definitely make sure that it says so on the box. And let's see what we've got here. Okay, here we go. I'm definitely excited about this one. This is just too cool. So here we go. Right on. I love it. Actually, I love the box, the way it's displayed as well. It's very cool. Hornet EVO. That's awesome. So you can see right away, there's our ESC that's in the kit, and again, depending on where you buy it, some will come with them, some won't. I try to make sure that the kits do, because it's just another expense on top. Because believe it or not, there's some hobby stores that still sell the kits for the same price as if it did come with one. So I'm just very careful with picking. So just make sure that, you know, if yours doesn't come with one, that the price is different to one that does. Anyways, that's very cool. And then of course we have our Hornet body. Awesome. I don't think there's been any changes there. It's the same body. And of course, there we go. There is our wing. Very cool. And well, let's start here. So you can see we've got some parts that we've not seen before in a Hornet box. So these will be the DTO2 pieces for the back end. Very, very cool. And over here, well, we've got our battery door, our side guards, and our driver figure. Nothing much changes there. Very, very cool. And then we have our body. Now this is the same body that is from the Grasshopper and the original Hornet. Nothing changes with this. They've just developed a way of attaching that DTO2 back end to this same chassis. And I think if it was, I wonder if it has a thing on here saying what it is. No, it just says I don't know, you probably can't see it through there, but it says 1984 Tamiya. So same bathtub chassis, very cool. Then we have our wheels, which are the same wheels that the original Hornet used, as well as the Frog, etc. And these are horrible to get on. I actually did a video, and I'll put it here, of the easiest and best way to put this together that I've found, which makes it a lot easier, because if you do it their way, I mean, there's some people that say it's easy. I have not found that, so I did a video on it. You'll have to check that out. Very, very cool. And then we have this one here. Well, there's our DTO2 gearbox, just like on the Holiday Buggy. And all the pieces there. Very, very cool. Awesome. And what else do we have here? So we've got some other pieces here that look a little different. So you can see there's our steering arms. They're there. And some other pieces. And again, we're looking at a new kit. So it's not, I'm not really sure where they're going to go yet, but that's very, very cool. Then, of course, we've got our arms. These look like they're probably the rear arms. Cool. And then we have our front arms. And yes, they're definitely the front. They're the longer ones, and it's quite an interesting design that they've put together for these. Very interesting. And I mean, look at the shape of them. They're not straight. They've kind of got a point to them. Interesting. Very, very cool. And then, of course, we have our tires. I guess we're going to have to pop this open because we have to do the obligatory tire sniff. Very cool. Yep. It's amazing how that smell takes you right back to the 80s. Yep. Oh, we're weird, aren't we, folks? But it's just, you have to do it. It's just too cool. And then, of course, we have what's in here, all of our goodies. So let's open this up and see what we've got. So, let's see. We've got, these are be for the shocks. Very interesting. All this, the little damper pieces for the oil-filled shocks. Very cool. Then we have here, this is bag B, and this has steering arms, a whole bunch of screws. It looks like there's a body mount post in there too, some lock nuts, zap straps, etc. Hey, where is it? Yeah, just the regular screws. JIS. Ah, but look. There are some of our ball bearings. Very, very cool. That's awesome. And then here we have bag C. So this is all of our oil, our springs, our O-rings, and we've got all of these tiny little screws. Well, you know what those are for. Those are all going to be the little screws designed to for you to attach or build the wheels. Once the tires are on the insert, you've got to screw this all together, and I'm sure that's what all those little screws are for. Very cool. Then in this bag here, this is bag D, not a lot in there, but you can see that it's a lot of body pins and probably motor, the battery door pin as well. And then we've got a number of screws in there as well. Interesting. Bag D. Then here we've got more of our shock pieces. Very cool. And here, well, this is our servo pieces. So our servo saver. Very, very cool. Nice. And in this one, oh, well, we've got some more of the oil-filled shock pieces. Very, very cool. Steering arm or adjuster arm pieces as well. And here, again, we've got more of the oil-filled shock pieces. Very cool. And then, of course, we have our DTO2 gearbox gears. Now, this is going to be interesting because, you know, one of the things I didn't mention is, you know, the Hornet is known for that gearbox that it has, and it's pretty indestructible. So it'll be interesting to see how the DTO2 gearbox performs in this car over time and see if it's just as durable. And I'm sure it is. It's more modern tech, but they've always been known as pretty bulletproof. Very cool. And then, of course, we have our Hornet bumper. And there we go. There is our 540 standard silver can motor. Very, very cool. And last but not least, we have bag A, which comes with a lot of the goodies. So you've got your drive shafts, drive cups, all of our metal gears, and you can see we've got more of the full ball bearings. These ones are going to probably going to go into the gearbox, because normally on a Hornet we build the gearbox relatively fast, if not one of the first steps. And then, of course, we've got all the screws, and it looks like they're giving you some thread lock as well. Interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of the screws, motor plate, all sorts of other bits and pieces for this. Very, very cool. And so that's that for that part. But then we have two other things here, and I'll get to the manual in a second. But here are our decals for the 40th anniversary kit. Very, very cool. That's awesome. Hornet team, the fire, the flames instead of the usual lines. Very, very cool. And where's that? I guess we just put on the 40 right by racing team for the 40 years. Very, very cool. Love it. And like I said, the first one I just did as a Tyco turbo hopper. So I'm actually excited to build this box art. And then, of course, we have our Hornet EVO manual. And you can see that, let's see if we've got, are we going to be building the gears? Yes, we are. So there we go. There is the gears first that we're going to be making. Gearbox. And again, you know, I just love the Tamiya manuals. They're just so well designed and well laid out, and it's so weird and cool to see stuff like this, because you can see, look at the steering linkage. It's quite a bit different to the Hornet, the original Hornet steering. So this seems like it's going to be much more durable. So very, very cool. And then, of course, our bodywork. So this is going to be such a fun build. Now, I've obviously got a number of projects on the go at the moment, so I will be getting to this, but just might be a bit of time. But I'm hoping to get to it early in the new year. Very, very cool. So that is the unboxing of the Hornet EVO, and next will come a step-by-step in-depth detailed build series. So if you're interested in following along, do subscribe and click that notification button so you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. And if you've ended up getting this for Christmas and want some help, definitely subscribe to this build series and to the channel. Anyways, this is fantastic. That's the end of the unboxing. So we will see you in another video.